Hey there, everybody. Welcome here. Here today, I got the beautiful Carla. We got the handsome Jack,
Hi.
and some
Hey,
ugly guy who thinks he's a gorilla. So,
but you're good at cooking barbecues. That's all that matters.
yeah. Well,
Barbecue.
I can cook anything.
Yes.
So,
Oh, someone's got a tab open, maybe.
Sorry, I closed it down.
There you go. There you go.
so, so yeah. The one, yeah. Me and Jack kind of touched up on this on our first stream. One of my favorite series when I was growing up was the Shadow Children. I kind of just reread them again as an adult. I was like, man, I wish there was so much more background information on this. But it's like, but one of the main points on it was 14 years prior. There's 5 years of like droughts. If you think about it, like as bad as the Dust Bowl was, but only like worldwide, and there's a worldwide famine with the population. There's overpopulation that, and one of the things they did uh, kind of fix it was they created this thing called the population law where each family is only allowed two children. And the penalty for violating that law was that, well, the third child, they'd be dead, and then the family, either the whole family would be executed, or it'd be a $5 million fine, based depending on the mood of the judge. Now, I'd hate to live in a world where the mood of the judge depends on your punishment. So I thought maybe we'd start out with that. Think what your thoughts on something like that would be.
Oh, I
Yeah,
would
that's
hate
crazy.
it.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
crazy.
Well, I'm a third child. Like I'd be a shadow child there. My
Well, I
parents.
wouldn't be here because A, I'm a girl, and B, I was third in line. So,
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
the
see, I'm
gender
a middle
doesn't
child. I
matter.
got lucky. I'm number
Yeah,
two.
gender didn't matter on that.
Oh, is this the stream for me? Should I go back to my other friends who are one and twos?
Well, if you think about my parents wouldn't be here, my grandparents wouldn't be here, and that's about as far as I know down the family line here.
Right, right, right,
But
right. No, it's interesting that a society who is that broken can create a law that people would try influence. You know what I mean, or try to enforce. Because if it's that broken that you have to create a law like that, I don't think there's any kind of way to enforce it.
yeah, well, the thing was it was created because there was famines and people were starving. Now, not to say they weren't starving after the law is because whenever you have a totalitarian government, the people starve, except for the rich baron, or well, the elite class. Where in this book they call them the barons.
No, it's going to be interesting if that ever happens because a lot of people don't know how to provide for themselves. So, like, say we ever do hit a famine, I guess they would have to implement some kind of law like that. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Well, it was to control the population so that if another famine did strike, they'd have easier time spreading out the resources versus some of these families that have five, six, seven kids.
Hmm.
Kind of like how China implemented the one child policy because of their population was growing so big.
See, I would think they'd be able to do like greenhouses and domes like by then. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So the exterior wouldn't really affect us. Whatever's going on the outside of the world wouldn't affect the interiors of like growing plants on the inside of buildings and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also the old saying desperate times call for desperate measures.
Right.
They probably weren't thinking they might when the famines hit, they might have thought they didn't have enough time to get these greenhouses constructed and watered and all that.
hmm
Water. But there's another quote though that they say never let a crisis go to waste either. So they could have used that there to start the revolution to get the totalitarian government that the 10% wanted. If that makes any sense.
I know it's crazy.
It's crazy how they can exploit crisis there. But yeah, well, there's a quote in the book there. I want your guys' thoughts on this quote here. They said people are close to when people are on the brink of surviving there, they work harder. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I would say they probably would work harder because they're desperate to survive.
Hmm.
And, if you take things for granted, you may not work as hard.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, no, and it's crazy what people consider work. So the criminals will work harder, the good people will work harder, and they'll all try to survive. But yeah, people will have to work harder, and then no, some people will actually benefit from other people working harder. So it's just another thing, another wave that happens. But
yeah,
there are some people who will benefit from not working. We all know that.
yeah. But how far can you push it before people just start giving up
Hmm.
and say it's just not worth it?
I don't know. I don't know. You'd be surprised. You'd be
Yeah,
surprised. We're little cockroaches, little bugs.
yeah.
Yeah. So what's the next quote?
No, I'm not sure about quotes there, but one of the things that they kind of use as part of the resistance there is this guy named Mr. Hendricks who was crippled there, but his family had a lot of money, so they were able to lobby that that the people who were disabled were lot of food, versus oh they couldn't, not to be sounding like an ass on this, but if they weren't allotted food, then then they wouldn't get food if they couldn't produce for the country. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few type deal.
Yeah, that's pretty
If
crazy.
I'm making sense on that, but he felt so bad that they created two schools, Hendricks and Harlow's there, and they take in all these kids to educate that couldn't function in normal society, like the people who are afraid of the wide open doors, like these are windowless schools and all that.
Mhm.
But the part of the deception was that how could you distinct between a person who's afraid of the outdoors versus someone who's been told to hide all his life, be afraid of looking out windows and that, be afraid of the outside, you know, or these people that just sit there and rock in their chairs. I can't remember what they called it, versus someone who's generally scared that they'll get caught. You know, I
Hmm.
I'm not sure if it's a brilliant thing or just kind of setting up a trap. I didn't know how I felt about that.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. It sounds confusing to me.
Oh, it makes more sense in the books. I'm just kind of rambling on here.
Yeah, the books sound interesting. What other things interest you about these books?
How many
Well,
books are there?
there's seven in the books, and they're all like 130 pages each, ish, around there.
Okay.
They're set for like your younger teens, but I don't think any books should really have like I don't feel that books should have like an age limit on there. They say they're for teens, but I still enjoy them to this day.
Well, like for example, the movie Bambi by Disney. You know what I mean? It was a kid movie, but there was so much adults understood about the movie that kids didn't. So like you'd be surprised what a child book like Dr. Seuss has life lessons for adults. It's kind of crazy.
Especially for someone as simple as SimpleJack.
Really, really.
It's kind of
Is
surprising
it my
though.
day today?
It's kind of surprising. My kid didn't cry during the movie Bambi. There, I know when I was a kid, I cried during the Bambi movie there. But have you ever seen the movie Benji?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Benji.
my kid will scream and cry throughout that movie, and it's like, what? He didn't cry during Bambi, but yet he cried during Benji.
Hmm. Maybe he couldn't relate with the animals, like the real animals, like no, well, not the forest animals, but he could relate to
Oh,
dogs.
well, I suppose the one's animation, one's kind of uh not like it's not animated. They just probably guided the dog with a bone or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's the
Yeah. There's some recent movies that just came out with dogs in them. I guess are pretty good. I guess I don't know. It's a family kind of movie, so I just haven't watched it yet.
While we're talking about movies, I'm going to ask you guys: have you watched the trailer for the new Chip and Dale movie? And if you did, what do you think?
The
What's
place
Chip
in
and
Las
Dale?
Vegas with the male strippers. They have a movie.
No, Chip and Dale. You know, the Rescue Rangers.
Oh, that
Oh,
looks dope. I don't know.
I don't think it looks good. Sometimes I think that when they try to remake a movie or make a like animated movie, but make it like a real movie, I feel like they don't really do a good job.
Well, you saw what happened to Sonic. Apparently, I don't know if it was a troll or what. They had to remake the character because they did a quick release of it, and people were like, "What the hell is this?" And they're like, "What do you mean? This is our new Sonic." They're like, "No, no, 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 no.
no,
Keep it more original."
that's caused by the bitch and moaning from the fans.
And then they
It
did a
worked, and it looked
live
better.
action, quote unquote, live action Lion King movie, but it's still CGI. That's not live action, right?
Right. I don't know.
I wouldn't
Yeah, it's
think
not live
so.
action, but I guess maybe the CGI was on on peop on real rocks.
I don't know.
I don't know, but you know what was a decent movie that was like kind of like that where they kind of animated cartoons in real life was that the Detective Pikachu one.
Oh yeah, that was
Okay.
cute.
That was fun, dude. That was really fun. I forgot what it was called, but that was really fun. So there are ways to do it. It's just have fun with it, I guess.
Okay,
So
Jack, I gotta ask, where's that picture from?
the movie Tropic Thunder.
Oh, Tropic Thunder. Okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah. SimpleJack is a side character in a movie Tropic Thunder.
okay. That that's where I should have guessed.
That's what he looks like. You've
Well, he's
seen
a
him on
main
live.
character. Yes, he's a main character, but he's a side character. You know how it goes.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a main character in a movie, but yeah. It's
yeah,
hard. It's confusing. It's not simple to explain. Just enjoy the film. Just enjoy the film. Tropic Thunder.
yeah.
Oh, you'll see me in there.
There you go, Jack. We can review that one of these days. That
It's
movie.
hilarious, dude. They'll never make a movie like again. I think it was like one of the last movies. A white character, a Caucasian male can do blackface. And I guess he was it was accepted by the black community. They were like, "All right, you did a good job for us, thank you." And the Australian community too, because he did an Australian guy in blackface, but he was really just a white guy. I don't know. It's confusing.
I'll watch the cancel crowd will come after him.
Yeah. So I own the movie. I recommend everybody else get it.
Yeah,
So
there you go. That could be the movie you pick.
right.
We'll ever do like a movie reviews here, like. But getting back on topic here. Here's a question for you. Say you were arrested by the population police, and you had to go sit in a cell with three other people, and your job is to get as much information out of them as possible. To betray, you got to betray them, and and if you can get the information they want, your life will be spared. Would you betray those people in the cell?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Yep.
Selena.
Yep. 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 Instantly. They're strangers to me.
I could not. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Because if they're taken by the population control, whatever, that means I have a family. So I'm going back to my family.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't. The strangers in the cell. So.
I
yeah.
couldn't
Even
do
if they
it.
were kids,
Hmm.
even if they were kids.
Oh, if they were kids, yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Jack,
Yep.
really?
Well, because they could be spies. Why would kids be in a population cell? That's a setup. It's a goddamn setup. It's a
Actually,
trap.
actually,
Come on. Come
I'm
on.
starting to think Jack read the books because it was a setup. Because the
It's
guy
not. It's
that
not like you read books. It's just that you can tell. Like, all right, you put an adult in a cell with a bunch of
no,
kids. You
it
need to
was
get
a kid
information.
with
Like,
in
all
a
right,
cell with another kids. It was
yeah.
like a 13-year-old with a bunch. There was three younger kids in there that got picked up at a market
Oh, so wait,
when
I'm
the
a kid
kids.
too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yep, yep. Betraying those kids.
Yeah, but it wasn't set up because the person that arrested her, who was actually like working on the inside as a resistance leader there, and he was testing her loyalties there because he didn't believe that she was helping the guy that was really betraying all these kids. So
Mm,
if she betrayed him, then she would have been. They wouldn't have spared her life, but since she helped them escape, was it and you know her life was spared because she helped them escape. She was going to betray him. She was trying to get the information, but they wouldn't give her the information. They just was dropping breadcrumbs, but it was a setup to test where her loyalties were.
hmm, hmm.
So,
Hey, Resolute Germ, how are you?
hey, Germ.
Hey, welcome, friend.
Yeah.
So, what else do you like about the books?
Oh, I just think it's fascinating. Even I've been looking at the backgrounds of it, and I've even seen some blogs there where people were thinking at the end there that where they when they made it, every one member of every family had to join the population police to in order to have access to food and all that. But in the last book, there's a mass up. They end up having a mass uprising there, and Luke there, who infiltrated the population police to try to sabotage them from the inside. There, he was ordered to execute this old lady who refused to go get a new ID from the cards because they found a way to tell the difference between fake IDs and real IDs with some kind of acid thing.
Right.
But he just dropped his gun and ran, started running there. And some guy got a hold of the gun there, and he took out the other guy that was with him, who was just a recruit to get food there. He's one of those. My family's gonna eat. I don't care what they have to tell me to do. But he kind of disappeared too. But then it just took like a week or two, for the whole government and population police just to crumble down and have the revolution that they were waiting for.
Yeah.
But people were saying that they didn't think that that would happen that fast.
Well, that's interesting. It's kind of crazy how the people outnumber the government at any time. It's really just a flip of a coin.
Yeah, but I think that was but like I don't agree with that, because if you think about it, how many people actually believed in the cause and how many people are just there because they got told they had to be there in order to get food.
Right.
So it, the whole books are kind of interesting, especially when you when you actually when you're all, especially like when I was older here, I delved deeper into the background, just asking questions to myself on the stuff. I'd recommend those books to anybody. I don't care what they say the age range is. I thought
Mm-hmm.
they were good books. And they're
Who's the
nice.
author?
Margaret Pearson Haddock. That's actually the first Among the Hidden was actually the first book I read by her. It made me actually go to some of these other ones. Like I really like Turnabout and the Missing series.
Hmm. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. I haven't really found someone I can really follow and get their books, and that's cool that you have.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it just takes the one book sometimes, and then you start looking at their other ones.
So, how's the first book set everything up?
Well, it follows Luke, who grew up on a farm there, and what ha- what happens is the the government forced them to sell the woods behind their house so they could put up a housing development for these rich people there. And so Luke had to start staying inside, instead of like playing the backyard where no one could see him.
Right.
And so he forced it inside, but he had a room in the attic there, and once the houses were complete and people were moving in, he could just see through the slits of the vents in the attic there. And he happened to be looking out at one time when he caught a glimpse of this girl in the window there, but he already knew that two boys already lived at that house there. So
Oh,
he made the assumption as a third child there, and when his dad's working out in the fields there, he makes a conscious decision to run across, and he breaks into the house there, and he meets Jen. Well, Jen's online with it made like a private, like a secret chat room, kind of like Telegram is now, where a
Mhm.
bunch of other shadow children who had computers could communicate.
Oh
But
no.
but of course, this was all created before the pay. This book was written before the Pegasus program became actual, before the like known, like surveillance became a known thing. Like the
Uh-huh.
Pegasus program, where they can spy on your phone and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But anyhow, he gets introduced to all these other shadow children, and Jen was trying to create a rally there, and when the time came to the rally there, Luke actually got scared and didn't go, but Jen went, and only she thought thousands of people would show up, but only about 40 of them showed up, and let's just say that was the end of her story there. But it became a rallying point for Luke there when he met Mr. Talbot there. Mr. Talbot got him a fake ID that actually belonged to this Baron couple, and he was able to go to that Henry School for Boys. And then the second book kind of sets up his school story, and then the story just kind of continues from there.
Nice. Wow. Wow. How long did it take you to finish the series? Because you said 130 pages and 7 books, so about like a what? Like how like when did you
Well, to
start it and how long
finish
did
the
it take you?
series, it took me 3 years because the last couple books weren't out when I started.
Yeah, that's what it seems
but,
like. Yeah, you were right
Ah.
I
there
could,
following it, chasing it
but,
down.
but I could read the books in a couple days.
Are you
Because
interested in the Game of Thrones books?
I was thinking about it. I think I actually own a couple of them from the.
Okay, have you read those?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh, my brother
But
has. He's interested in them. I would recommend them.
okay, yeah, because I picked a couple up because we got come around here around our towns there. They bounce around through the towns in the summer and fall. There is Friends of the Library Drive, where they have a ton of books that people have donated or the libraries were getting rid of and stuff, and they sell them for like 25 cents, or hard covers are like 50 cents to a buck. So I always go in there and pick up a bunch.
Oh, cool. I need to read more books, but I just don't even know where to begin. I like
The Shadow
audiobooks though.
Children. Try out the Shadow Children. You might be surprised.
I think this is finding the extra time right now with the going to work and then coming home and streaming. It's so hard to find the extra time just to pick up a book.
Yeah, I think that's pretty
Well,
good there.
maybe you should only stream on certain days then.
That's not how streaming works, Carla.
Yeah, whatever.
No, not whatever.
You
People
make your
want
own
content.
rules.
No, no, no. People want content daily. Subscribers want content daily.
Well, good
Trust me.
luck with getting me content daily because, like, I don't stream on Tuesdays because I got other commitments there, but I might stream on Mondays.
Yeah,
Mondays
right
there.
now I don't have any commitments, and I can stream. I can stream daily. And I already someone one of my subscribers is like, dude, I'm waiting for you to stream. I'm like, that's really humbling. I appreciate that, and I will try to stream as often as I can. So, but there's no excuse for me not to
Oh,
Yeah,
stream daily. So,
but I like how you're starting to do those 15-second, 30-second clips. That'll really help with the algorithm there. That'll get people interested.
I accidentally messed up because you're only allowed 3 notifications per day from YouTube. So I should do my stream and then push out a video after that, and then do my stream and then push out a video because I already burnt all
Notif-
my notifications for the day.
Notifications. 3 notifications a day.
Yeah, so there's a lot of tricks to YouTube, and one of them is you can't just post as many videos as you want in a day because YouTube can't do that for your channel. It can't promote everybody's channel and every video it promotes daily. So it limits your channel to 3 promotions daily. So they'll send out a notification to your subscribers,
Oh,
and
okay.
you're allowed 3 times a day for a video to be and the notifications sent out to your subscribers. Your fourth video will just be posted to your channel, but your subscribers will not get a notification. That's what that means.
Okay. So,
Yeah, and it's someone that has like I don't know, a couple. I don't know. It was like 130 or I don't know. It was a lot of subscribers. He's like, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I've noticed, and I have a YouTube contact, and this is what they told me. So I'm just going off what people say, and he's like, this is how you get traction. I'm like, okay. So that's what
okay.
someone said.
Well, I know some of these guys they do 4 videos a day. I was like, I couldn't do 4 videos a day. Like here, I just lucky I found some people I could bounce off of stuff and all that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And YouTube wants to see people consistently streaming. That's how they want to push people like that to give them a consistent audience. So it's
Yeah.
one of the things that helps if you're trying to be a streamer is to stream as often as possible.
Yeah, I know I'll do every Wednesday here. I might do Thursdays
Well,
and
that's great.
all that, but I can't do a daily stream there. I can't do every day of the week.
Well,
Like
yeah, no,
some,
it's not for everybody. It's definitely a challenging thing to do stream daily. I knew somebody who would actually just if they had a minute would be doing it while they were walking. They do those like in those real life streams. So
yeah,
they would just be talking about subjects like for example, if you were like cooking like preparing your steak or something or preparing a pork roast in the kitchen, he would go live for 15 minutes a day and that's what counts. Like there
yeah,
are ways to go live daily without, setting like on your phone. Do you know how many people have channels that have multiple hundreds of thousands of people who only stream from a phone?
yeah,
Yeah, that's all they do is stream from a phone in real life from a phone until they can afford a sub, or they're actually more than satisfied with the setup, and their subscribers are more satisfied with the content. So
yeah,
you'd be surprised what how little you can get away with when the streaming happens.
yeah. It always bugged me is the people who don't put any efforts in their videos. Or it's all the same thing, you know. It's like they got 100,000 subscribers, and it's like a 1 minute video just stating the same thing over and over again. There, I was like, seriously, that guy got 100,000 subscribers there for that, you know,
It's
or the
interesting how people choose to post their content, but teach their own. Let them grow their own way, and apparently 100,000 people enjoy it.
yeah, well, the first couple videos I watched, and I was like, yep, I'm not subscribing because it's the exact same stuff. I want something new on a, or these people that they see a viral video, then all of a sudden 1,000 people will do the exact same thing. So after the third one you see, it's no longer funny, or you
Right,
know what I
right.
mean?
Definitely pick and choose who subscribe from. Definitely.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah, the whole YouTube game. It's interesting. It's very interesting.
oh yeah.
Hmm.
And now YouTube has actually got some good competition there. A
Which
lot of
is
a lot of people are hitting the Rumble.
oh, you know what Rumble is, Carla? I haven't heard. I don't really know much
Oh,
about
I've
the.
never heard of it. To be
It's
Yeah.
honest, YouTube is simply simple for me to use because I'm not like really crazy
oh yeah,
technology smart.
that's why I
Me
use
neither.
you.
Yeah.
I like the
Same boat.
setup for YouTube a lot better than I like the setup for Rumble, but Rumble doesn't have as much of the censorship as YouTube does.
It's interesting when people say that because like I don't understand what people want to talk about that needs to be that's so that's so gnarly that they can't. You know what I mean? Like I understand like
Well,
what do you do on YouTube that you're getting censored pretty much?
it's more like on certain topics you're only hearing one side of the thing there when people have actual want to have actual discussions and questions about certain topics there, then YouTube will automatically give their channel a strike there because they're either asking questions or they're trying to state their side of the issue.
Right, and you don't. That's like that to me. That's very interesting that someone would want to make a channel like that on a public platform. They forget this is a public platform, and just because you have a channel doesn't mean you're king of YouTube.
Uh-huh.
you still have to be smart about what you post. And if you want to be one of those people who want to, challenge the theory, go do that on Rumble. And YouTube is more than
Yeah, and
happy
you
to do
have to
that.
be careful because
Yeah, and
there's a
see
lot
that
of kids on YouTube.
see that
And it
that
isn't like they're sending out misinformation. They're just letting you know, like, hey, you have an opinion we don't like, and if they actually send you a strike, they give you a warning. You're like, well,
Yeah.
yeah, they gave you several warnings actually. So it's a very interesting thing when people want to challenge YouTube when it's not their business. It's a public. It's it's no, it's a private company that public gets to get to use. So
yeah, but they
it's a
but
very
they're
interesting argument. I can't figure out.
but
I don't have a problem with it personally. I listen to
well
music that's copyright free, and I create content that's like even friendly, family friendly. So
well the problem is under section 230 they're not supposed to be liable for stuff that's on their platforms, but because they're not a publisher. But when they go and take down people's stuff that's not in violation of the law, there's there then that makes them become a publisher. Therefore, that they they do not have the section 230 immunity, but no one's enforcing that.
To cycle all the way back to your original thought on population control, I think if someone is for that or trying to implement that, then they should have to just be, I guess, what you would call spayed or neutered.
Well, that's one of the things that they say after your second child, you're supposed to be the mother is supposed to be spayed, but that doesn't always work. Or some of the richer people, they could bribe the doctor not to do it and just say they did it.
Well, I think that if they're for it, they should have to do it. But but I honestly would not want to live in that kind of world. And I know that there are countries out there that they do implement things like that, and that's
Just because
sad. It's sad.
the people do not speak up, they just sit back and go, "I want to be left alone. Don't drag me into this." And then, that no, the more people that just say leave me out of this, the louder the voices of the people who want it get.
But maybe those people just don't feel like they'll be heard. Sometimes
Like,
it's hard to take that stand, even if you're alone, because your voice shakes and you're just scared.
yeah,
yeah, it's a tough conversation to have. Like I said, it's definitely above my pay raise. Hopefully, I don't have to deal with it in the future.
yeah.
Definitely not in my pay
Yeah,
grade.
yeah, it's not my pay grade. You know what I mean? Like,
You're
who?
simple Jack,
Yeah.
But,
and
but
I'm
yeah,
Harley Quinn.
that just falls back to my desperate times call for desperate measures, and they felt like they needed to do something to control the population, just so that they wouldn't have to go through these food shortages. Even though after the famines were gone and all that, and the rains came back and they had plenty of food, they still didn't.
I just heard if that ever happens, that there's gonna be a politician missing. That's what I heard.
Yeah, no, but the one thing though on that $5 million fine is, like, they never did explain, like, is 5 million really a lot in that kind of economy there? Because, like, 5 million now, $5 million now ain't nothing compared to what it was 50 years ago.
Yeah,
But
it's that.
the
Yeah.
shortage on food, though, Americans, as a general, generalization to me, in my personal opinion, wastes a lot of food.
Oh yeah, I've worked in a restaurant. I know how much food's wasted. We
Like when I was growing up, we were not anywhere. We were like lower class, which is fine. It's whatever. But, you learned to eat what your mom gave you. And I don't think that a lot of families are like that now.
Oh yeah, when I was growing up though, I remember the one time I never did this again. Is I put way too much ketchup on my plate there for what our supper called for. My dad sat there and made me eat all the ketchup.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just have a
but
hard time believing that there would ever be an issue with food unless there's an issue with water.
yeah. See,
Well,
well, what
yeah,
happened?
because you can always grow crops and stuff.
Well,
And
and
your
then like
children, if they're a certain age,
chickens
they
produce
can they
so
can help
much.
you.
Yeah, chickens produce so much. As long as you have two chickens, you're good to go. That mate,
Yeah,
you're good to
Uh
but
huh.
go. You have
but
protein and boom, boom, boom. If you need to get a vitamin source like a green source, what naturally grows in water is algae. So
Well, I
you
mean, you
technically
can
eat
get
algae.
vitamin D from the sun.
But Jack,
Well, we know what Carla gets her vitamin D.
just look at the Dust Bowl from
Mommy.
Hey, Jack, just look at the Dust Bowl, which was what, from 32 to 39, I think it was, or 38
Hmm.
there, and where absolutely no crops are growing in the Midwest there, and everybody was fleeing to California there because they were be able to grow fruits and vegetables in California. That so it's not an unrealistic possibility that if the rains just stopped because of like over farming or something, it's not unrealistic because we can look at real history here and see there's famines and droughts, or you can go back to the 18 when was that? There's a famine in Ireland there where they call it the Great Potato Famine.
Yeah, but you're saying like these are just small areas of the globe that were affected, and
No,
the
no,
other
the world,
places of the globe weren't.
no,
So
the
as I said,
world.
it's harder to imagine the whole world being out of water. If that ever got to that point, then we're beyond screwed.
Yeah.
So I mean,
As a
yeah,
human
Well, the
race, we would be
worldwide
doomed.
famine is
yeah. So
what
it's like it'd be petty to
implicated
even
it.
make up rules at that point.
But even as long as there's ocean water, even if it was only salt water,
We can
someone would be smart enough to create a filtration system.
you just boil it. You boil it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah, you
yeah,
boil it, and then you build a condensation machine that creates and the salt that's heavy enough to stays in the pot. You just boil it,
yeah, but
or
I
you make
mean,
a
thermal.
salt
wasn't
pan.
it Waterworld where he like filtrated his own urine to drink?
Oh, you like that, didn't
Oh,
you?
that's in a bunch of movies there. But the problem is, someone would have to come up, think to have that idea there. But like, look nowadays, you gotta tell people not to eat laundry detergent.
They're even capturing water out of the sky now, like out of the moisture from like dew and more morning condensation from hot and cold. So it's hard to imagine the planet without water. So as long as we have water,
Yeah.
chickens, and things that can produce
You can grow
a cow,
wheat,
so
you
like some
could
some
have
some kind of animal that can
tomatoes.
produce faster than we can eat it. You're good to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, chickens produce
And then
eggs so
cows, you'll have
fast.
milk.
yeah. Seeing with as many eggs as chickens produce there, I was kind of surprising because one of the things is when their property taxes and everything went up and they had to get rid of their hogs and stuff.
Yeah.
The mother went to go work in a chicken factory there, and she worked 40 hours or overtime there. They're unpaid just to get 2 eggs. I was like, I never that part didn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
We work
But
40 hours.
mothers will do generally, mothers and fathers, they'll do whatever it takes to feed their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 40 hours, just to get 2 eggs, that didn't seem like kind of right. I could see like 40 hours unpaid to get like a roast or something from a cow or something
Mm-hmm.
where it's harder, but where I thought that maybe was a bad example in the books. Two, 40 hours for two eggs, but that just shows how much control the government had over everything.
Right. It's
Hmm.
amazing how people can create these worlds and books.
I don't know I don't know what's so attracting about dystopian futures, really. Because another good TV series I like is The 100, and
Hmm.
that's where I came up with the thought of everybody dreams of a Star Trek future, but the way we're going, we'll probably end up like a world like The 100.
What interests me is the choice of freedom and not waking up and working for somebody. Or like like you trade, so money isn't really what the yeah, yeah. So money isn't what people are focused on, and I'm not working for somebody. I'm just trying to survive. That's what
Hmm.
focused me. I'm a caveman, bro.
Yeah,
I'm a caveman in a modern world. It's quite interesting learning how to use computers and
yeah, you
digital
learned to
stuff.
code, huh?
No, I just let other people do it for me, and that's what I've learned. There are people who have gone to school and are specialists. Let them use the knowledge they have gained and pay them.
Yeah.
Pay them. Or some people are smart enough to do it for free. Find those people who are smart enough to do it for free, and you're living life.
Oh, sorry, I had to tell the cat to shut up. Anybody want a cat that's in heat?
Absolutely not.
She won't shut up. I'm gonna film. I know she's just trying to find a friend.
Oh, is that what that is?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
cats will. Yeah, when female cats in heat, they'll constantly meow to try to attract male cats to them.
It's all the pheromones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love animals, but I don't like taking care of them.
yeah, it's too cheap to spend the money on spaying her.
So yeah, like I don't miss like waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, walking a dog and picking up poop. I don't miss that at all. But I do miss playing fetch and the belly rub. Yeah, all the good times and hang out with my dogs. It was good times.
Well, I like cats because I can leave them alone in the house, and they'll be just fine. For like when I went to my parents' place there for the weekend, just filled up their food dish, filled up their water dish, and called her good.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, cats are cool like that.
I just despise litter boxes.
Yeah, I would definitely build something so it would like go outside to go to the bathroom.
No, well, Carla, just go spend the hundred some bucks at PetSmart to get the automatic cleaning boxes there that just kind of pushes all the stuff into a tray there. Then you just gotta empty the tray like
Yeah,
once or
if you clean
twice
it
a week.
daily, right? You should be good to go. But even then, the beginning first smell is just like, ugh,
Well, no, the
ugh.
tray, no, the tray absorbs all the one my parents have. It absorbs most of the smell there, but they just have to press a button on it. And it just kind of scoops it in the tray, then just gotta empty it out like every couple days, depending on how
And
many
then,
cats
you know
you
what's
have.
interesting about cats is you find random surprises like puke in weird places.
Or
Like
like the dead bird or the dead mouse or
yeah, where
squirrel or
dogs are pretty
something.
odd. They stick around you and they kind of hover around you. So where the cat will disappear. You're like, where the fuck is that cat?
No, we haven't met
Where the hell?
Jethro
What's that?
there.
Like you walk in a room like, oh.
Well, they haven't met my cat Jethro yet because he won't leave me. He
Jethro.
won't leave me alone.
A dog, you'll see it right there. He'll puke and then look at you like, my fucking bad, bro.
Yeah. Hey,
You
Carla,
should have took me outside.
can you guess where the
And
name
he'll
came
try licking
from?
it up.
Oh,
Dogs are
God,
awesome,
Jack.
bro.
Why do you have to take it to that level?
Dogs are awesome.
And then if you have a dog that eats your cat's crap,
Yeah, they vacuum the
Hey,
floor
no,
for
that
you.
just solves all the problems for you, Carla. You
Yeah,
won't need
you never
you
have to
won't,
clean the
you
kitchen.
won't need the litter box.
You never need a garbage can.
but then they come
Dogs
and look
eat
you in the face
everything.
with like turds in their teeth. Ugh.
Well, you gotta make some sacrifices.
I can't with y'all.
Ugh.
Oh, dogs are great.
Depends on the dog. It's kind of funny. We used to have three dogs there. We had like a really old cocker spaniel. We had a really young beagle. Then we had kind of a basset hound there.
Hmm.
And a shadow there. She'd always protect. Like my parents always let the dogs lick the plates clean. Then we just ram through the. Then we just washed them afterwards there. And the one our beagle there, she'd protect all the plates there, so the other dogs wouldn't get any of it there. We sat there, we spread the three plates out across the kitchen there, and it was just funny watching her try to protect all three plates.
Oh
Yeah, beagles
goodness.
are interesting.
God, that dog was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm
Well, the dog
interested in getting another dog. If I ever move out of the place I'm at right now, I'll get a dog.
get a
And
What
if I
basset
kind of
get
hound.
like a
dog?
Gotta get
what?
basset.
Well, so I don't know if I'd get like a 35 to 45 pound dog or like a 75 to 85 pound dog.
Get a Pekingese.
What the heck?
Nah, no, he's more of a poodle guy.
No, I had a German Shepherd before, mixed with a long-haired black lab. So that dog was really cool. Then I had a pit bull, and I think it'd be fun to have like a bulldog or like like a fat little bulldog. That'd be hilarious.
Aw.
But I heard like medical problems were issues. So like a fat little dog would be hilarious.
Oi.
I have a Pekingese, and one time his eye popped out of the socket, so I had to pop it back in. It was very traumatizing.
Like I'm getting too old to have a dog that needs to be like run all the time.
That's
Has to
why
be
you get a
played fetch
basset.
all the time. Yeah,
Get a
well, bassets even need to be run because they're hunters.
we didn't walk our dog best hound because he was out of breath halfway down the block. And then he
Oh,
wanted to turn around and go home.
yeah. So,
That's me.
or like a bulldog would just love like just hanging out with you, and then we go outside just pooping and then playing a little bit, not worry have to about running across a
oh,
block for hours.
get a pug then. Get a pug.
No, pugs have they have interesting issues I don't want to deal with.
Uh-huh.
And especially, yeah, they have interesting issues. I guess they're not big enough. They're not big enough dogs to do certain things.
Well, I heard their problem is that the way their nose is shaped, they have trouble breathing. That's why they don't live that long.
Well, bulldogs also have that issue because it's just the stumpy nose. But apparently they don't have. They're not big enough to do. Yeah, yeah, they have issues I don't want to deal with. And they're interesting. They're cute, but they're not cute enough for me. Okay, like they're kind of ugly. Where a
Yeah.
bulldog, I don't know something about the face
Oh,
and the way the body's built. It's like stout. Where a pug, it's like not a stout looking dog, like the little tiny like chicken legs.
well, it's
You see the little
always
chicken
fun.
legs?
I always found it funny there watching these dog shows here. I figured out how to make a bunch of money on bets. There is just pick the ugliest dog in the whole competition there, and that's gonna be the one that wins.
Oh wow! I didn't even thought they would be betting on dog shows, but America, you don't make money any way they can these days.
Oh, you can bet on anything there. Like you had random bets there on the Super Bowl. Like, oh, this one player is gonna get 3 touchdowns or something. You can bet on that. If you got if you got the exact number of touchdowns, you win. If you got any more or less, or if you got the exact amount the bar won. But if they got less or more, then you win. Stuff like that.
Mhm.
You can bet on anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'm
so.
curious. Yes, I'm posting these little clips on YouTube now. These just I just press clip from the PlayStation and I just post them directly on the PlayStation. But I had to do some work on them, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think that potential.
You should clip some of the conversations we have with the chat there, especially like the ones with some of the conversations they had last night there.
I know. Yeah, people were having a great time. They were rolling. They were laughing all in the chat. That's if that's what my channel is going to be, a place where we just hang out, play video games,
Yeah,
and laugh. Heck
especially when
yeah,
you get
more for that.
especially when you get battle for field there trolling everybody.
Oh my gosh, he's amazing in the chat, and it's like the troll that doesn't hurt. Like you know what I mean? Like he's not. Yeah, yeah. So, and update soon. I'm looking at the laser engraver. Should be here. Like I might be able to get this Friday. It depends. I was looking at Captain Track and looked like he's got his channel up and going.
Yeah,
Um,
I just got the cord sent to him today, so it should be fully up and going by Saturday.
nice. I gotta check in with him because I said I would help out, and so it looks like he's got it all figured out. So we'll figure it out. If he doesn't need my help, then guess what? We're getting a laser engraver, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
I get my dog tag first. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
Probably. I don't see why not. It gives me an estimate how much it would cost me from California to the other side of the United States. I'm
Depends.
gonna try to keep it to the domestic United States. I understand there's international people, but at that point, the dog tag's gonna cost more than anything in the world. And
Um,
at that point, you should just make a couple of things being shipped over there. Instead of just
um,
a small dog tag that might get lost.
just put it in a small white envelope there and put a regular stamp on it. It'll cost you 50 cents.
Well, not if I ship it to India or Australia or something like
No,
that.
but I
At
was
that
saying
point,
domestically there.
yeah, domestically, yeah, it should be really cheap. At that point, I would just hire somebody locally to make a dog tag at their local area. Here's almost send me $20. Go to local area with a dog tag and get it engraved.
Yep.
At that point, because yeah, shipping like it would just be ridiculous. Or we could work it out where we could split ship. I don't know. I would figure it out with international people, but like domestic United States, I got you guys covered.
Yeah.
So, and it's not bad. It's only a 250 dog tag. So,
Yeah.
244. That's not bad, guys.
Yeah. So are you give me streaming tonight?
Yeah, yeah. I stream daily. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
yeah.
try to swing in there. Carla, you got anything so make sure to follow SimpleJack Live. He has some fun conversations, especially when one of the regulars there likes to sit there and troll the chat. It's real fun.
It is good
Carla,
times.
you want to plug your channel?
Oh no, I just make TikToks for now. But it's been a pleasure being on your show. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, feel free to come by anytime. There, might try to stream tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, but anyhow, just remember to be a gorilla. And we'll see ya, everybody.
Bye,
Thank you, sir.
guys.
Take care.